Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever, and we're here in Churchill to start this episode, and what you see here is something of a clue as to what I hope to do today. We're returning to passengers, and as you can see there's a couple of reasons for that. One of which is stations like this, where we have just got a ridiculous amount of passengers to transport and they're just taking too long, so I'm definitely losing some revenue opportunities there. And the other reason is because some of my oldest vehicles are buses, so it's about time to sort of just review and deal with and improve my passenger network. Now the plan was to start with the bus routes and look through those and improve those and make them more consistent with my preferred passenger strategy in towns. But in fact, one thing I noticed, if we go back to Churchill Station, is there are a lot of passengers on the sort of main multi-city route, Newbury all the way through to Plymouth. More in one direction than the other, but that's by the by. I've got 5 high-speed trains on that. They don't carry that many passengers. Here's one for example. Most of them are always full, 64 passengers. Maximum speed of 75, but when you look at the line speeds here, you think this is a very timely train. 43 miles an hour. That vehicle, that consist, is capable of 75. So what I want to do first off, I think, is just deal with some of these ridiculous speeds. Now, one thing I could do, let's go here, is increase them all. We won't go catenary on here because this is a steam line, it probably will be for quite some time. Is improve them and make them all high-speed lines. The lines are capable of 75 miles an hour as a maximum, but we should over the next few years be getting trains going faster than that. Well, we do have trains that can, sorry, we have locomotives that can, we just don't have wagons that can go over 75 miles an hour yet. So that's unfortunately a bit of a limitation for a few years, but I think it's certainly worth putting high-speed rail down here anyway, just to show willing really, if nothing else. But what I want to do is just get rid of these odd kinks, which were there, if you may recall, from the very beginning when I was laying these lines down and I was struggling for money. But as you can see at the moment, let's get out of there, I am actually rolling in it at the moment. I have got over 24 million in my bank account, so I can spend money for the moment, and that's not an issue. So right, we want to get these to be as close as we can to 75 all the way down the line. So we'll wait for that train to get out of the way. Can we send him a little bit faster? I think we can. It's quite a busy route, but I think we should be free for a while. I'm just going to pause that anyway. I don't need to keep on making money to cover the costs here. So it's a little bit hilly, is it, around here? Well, yeah, kind of, but I don't know. I think it's all the kinks in the track because I tended to draw them as short sections. It would be nice if the new convenience patch allowed you to both add and remove double track lines in one single operation. From what I've read so far, the convenience pack, if you've not been keeping watch on the Steam forum, that's the wrong one. 75, that's good. Now can I join them two together? 75 a piece. We'll go high speed still. So if I make that, that's okay, isn't it? Yeah, that's cool. We'll turn it immediately into high speed. High speed, there you go. And you. Sorry, no, as I was saying, on the new convenience patch, if you've not been keeping an eye on it, they announced just recently that the patch will be delivered at the beginning of November. I think initially they had hoped the end of this month, which is October. Yeah, it still is actually at the moment. but that's apparently slipped a little bit. I think they've actually added some stuff in to it since the original beta release. Now, I've not been part of the beta program, so I don't know exactly what's going on there. Why is that bit so slow? That is odd, isn't it? Can we actually improve this? I'm going to have to delete. I don't want to delete that whole. I don't want to delete a whole building. That's just ridiculous. Actually, if I just, I think it's because there was an issue with the curvature of those lines. Oh, this is going to be horrible to do. Is it possible? Can I? No. Oh, it does. I think I'm going to need to delete that. Okay. There we go. Round there. No, it must be just the switch. That's a bit of a waste of time, really. A waste of time and money. But there you are. Sometimes you do these things. And oh, no. Let me join that back up. Why are you deleting two buildings? That's annoying. What type of buildings are they? They're probably residential. They're quite expensive, but to be honest, let's do it. The locals will rebuild those soon enough. I don't worry about that, and that needs to be. Oh, it is double slipped. It remembered what it was before, I think, on that junction, which was cool. That's a little bit faster. Okay, let's upgrade all that to high speed anyway, while we're here. This is obviously the most exciting use of YouTube for Let's Play purposes that you've seen in quite some time, I imagine. I mean, this is drama. Really, I could do this off camera, and it wouldn't really, I think, impact on your experience of these videos too much at all. But no, I'm going to do it here live because I can. Because I don't want you to miss the sometimes mundane things. That's what it is, isn't it? Mundane things that are all part of the experience. Now I think there's a kinky bit here which is slow. Yeah, that. Okay, let's move on a little bit, get some more trains moving. I don't get too worried about slow speeds into and out of stations because that's kind of what happens anyway. You can't have a train going into a station at 100 miles an hour. Construction not possible? How do you mean? Why not? It can do it there. Oh, odd. Must be something to do with the way it crosses over the road. Yeah, because it's kind of real. You can't have a train going into a station at 120 miles an hour or something and expect it to slow down within a matter of a few yards or meters for those of you who happen to use the metric scheme. And of course, by the time I get to the bit I want to fiddle with, the trains will have returned. Right, stop it now. There you go. Okay, we need to get out of that. So yeah, it's that bit there. So I think we will need to. Because I've not been watching signals. Don't think that any signals I got rid of in the segment between Churchill and Coventry. But then I wasn't actually watching for them, so. Okay, right, so that looks good. So let's get this connected again. There we go. Ooh, that slows down a lot, doesn't it? No, that slows down far too much. Do I have to go back a bit again? I think I will. go. Right, let's try again. Okay, it slows down a little bit, but I think that's more reasonable. 133, yeah, I'll accept that. That's not too bad. It's a nice bright green colour, which in the current overlay, means it's fast. Certainly faster than my trains at the moment can manage. So let's upgrade this. Carry on moving the trains. Where have they gone? Yeah, you are still on the right track. Which is always always good to see once after you've been fiddling with the track layouts and stations. You know, that's slowing down a bit coming into the station, but I'm not going to worry too much about that, and that's all high speed there. That's splendid. Why have we got that? I don't know why that's slowing down so much. That's unacceptable, isn't it, I think? No, I can't have that. 72 miles an hour after over 100, that's just not on. Okay, slip you back in that can. Actually, that says 109. That's a minimum, which is, again, it's a slow down, but it's nowhere near as outrageous as it was before. 110 on that side of the tracks. That's better. At least it's all some kind of shade of green. And on Plymouth here, actually it's not looking too bad, apart from that bit there for some reason. Let's clear you down. Honestly, we will get to the buses in the towns before too long. It won't be that long now, he said. Honest Gov. Can we keep you up to a reasonable speed? Yeah, that's all looking quite good, I think. It is. Before I started this recording, I did sort of play around a bit with this line in terms of the trains, seeing if I could actually improve the speed of the consist, the whole train, but I couldn't, because as I said earlier, the only wagons we've got now, well, we've got lots of wagons to be honest, but the fastest wagon available to me at the moment is still only 75 miles an hour. So regardless of how powerful the locomotive is, apparently there are some that do over 100 in my inventory at the moment, or in the catalogue. Oh, that's a slow down again. Can we? Let's do that. Okay, can we take it from there? Okay. Well, it is still going around a bend, so there is a speed drop there, but that's a lot better. And our bridge. This is an old stone bridge. We can put a high-speed track on there, and it won't go any faster. But I mean, that's all part of. Oh god, this mess of a switch junction. Oh, I hated creating this one. This was hellish. Again, high-speed track here is kind of redundant, because they're going to go nowhere near that speed, but it all looks the same. So there, you see, it looks consistent. I could replace the bridge, but I think in general terms you wouldn't. It would be a major engineering function to do that. We don't really have the need to do it just yet. Okay, let's put some new electronic signals on these lines. Let's go electric. We want it, yeah, about here. There's another YouTuber I watch occasionally, Vaden Dar, I think his profile or account name is. And every now and then when he's doing this sort of exercise, laying down tracks, he does make the comment, it would be so nice if when you were laying down tracks and you laid down a block, it would actually put down the signals for you. If you were doing a very long stretch, like I've done a couple of times here, it would actually create the blocks for you. Now there are a couple, and I mentioned this in the last video, a couple of new mods which do add all sorts of really good track laying aids, primarily to give you better control over speeds, inclines, and so on, and more precision in your routing. And I think one of them does say something about rolling blocks. Now I haven't really tried it because they require a little bit more understanding than I currently have of the actual mathematics, as it were, and the physics of the game. They do have a lot of options in them, so I haven't really played with them, so I don't know if that mod would do it. Okay, I think our signals are okay there. Right, okay, that's the track done with for that. Let's just pause and take a breath for a moment. We can get rid of that. Right, so I say these trains have a consist at the moment of 64. I think we can easily up that. That's 122. In Newbury we've got, oh, actually there's a train just leaving, yeah, so again that's over 100 really when he was in the station. Churchill here, yeah, loads and loads. Okay, what I think I'll do here is change replace these trains. They are only, actually I'll go here, they're only 12 years old or so, so they're not terribly old, so the maintenance costs aren't outrageous yet. But this I think is the simplest, rather than taking each loco in turn into the depot and changing the consist. We'll do it as a global replace, just because it's simpler and easier to do, and less micromanagement. Okay, now when I was looking at this, I don't know if any of these trains are new, to be honest, since the last video. We've not electrified, so we're looking just at steam, because there are no diesels yet. We've got the Flying Scotsman at the moment, which is 75 miles an hour. It's fairly good power, quite reasonable tractive effort. But because the fastest wagons we've got here are these top lights, which go at 80, it goes at 80 actually, so we could actually put a faster train on there. Well, that's an actual thought, isn't it? Do I have a train? We have the Mallard, which we put on our Newbury to Exeter Express line, which goes 90. We've got these thundering great beasts, which go 109, which is just outrageous. Now that goes at 87, so we could change the loco. I was thinking of just changing the carriage, because we have got a new carriage down here, which takes 20 passengers. Again, it's 75 miles an hour, because that is the fastest carriage. Just double check that we've got here in the game at the moment. But it carries 20 as opposed to 16. But what if, yeah, I put another one of these on, so that increases the consist from 64 to 80, which would have been 4 of the other ones. Yeah, probably doesn't. Yeah, it's probably about the same cost. You know, sort of half of this and half a dozen of this and 6 of the other kind of thing. So I could put that on there. So let's add one of those. Okay, so do we want to change the loco? Now, the Flying Scotsman is quite good. Say 1655, 135 tractive effort, power and tractive effort. These big beasties, No, that. Which big beastie was it? I found. Got a lot. There it is. That's slightly less power, isn't it? Yeah, but the tractive effort is more. I think from what a couple of other people have commented on this in recent videos that I've watched, and I think elsewhere on the forums on Steam. They've mentioned the tractive effort is much more insignificant when you're pulling away a very large consist of wagons up an incline. It's the speed with which you get to your max, the rate at which you get to your maximum speed. So if that makes sense to you. But these aren't big trains by any means. Just half a dozen wagons. That's nothing. So there's that one. That goes 81. Oh, that's cheaper. That's a good one. Same with the BO3. So same one of these. That's 371. That's a bit cheaper. Why is it a bit cheaper? What am I missing here? Right, so that's 1450, 147. Oh, because it's a little bit slower, so don't. The first thing I mentioned is the difference. Yeah, let's do that actually. Let's do that. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to replace all those trains, which should mean that cost me 80 million. So I've got nearly 29, so I reckon I can repay that quite easily. So there we go. We'll just keep an eye on that. Are any of these coming into a station? Oh, there's that one. Oh, hang on, they're waiting for free paths. Why? Why is he waiting for a free path? Because he's on the wrong line, you crazy locomotive. Which one is that? 4. So turn you round. That's better. Ah, no. Okay, so what's going on here? Why have I lost the double track? Ah, no. Because that's not double slip. That's right. Go. Now it makes right. Okay, splendid. Now it makes sense. And in fact, yeah, we need some signal there. Oops! Don't go too close. Or maybe you should. There you go. And that's a kind of release signal there. And that's on that side. Yep, that should work. Okay. We're done. Why are you waiting there? Oh, that's fair enough. You'll be going soon, I think. The one thing I noticed, I actually tried this, as I said before I started the recording, is that when the train consist changes at a station, for some reason it never seems to pick up its full load. It ranges between sort of well, in the experience in what I saw, it's between a sort of a third and a half of the maximum. So I think we're going in there. So we should see it with this one. Get all that stuff out of the way. There it is. So there we go, up to 80 passengers, 55. And how many were left? How many were left behind? Quite a few, you see, which is odd. There must be obviously some sort of engineering issue or refurbishment issue where they don't refit the carriages in time for the train to depart the station. Okay, I'm just going to keep that there because I want to see how much more money I make per ticket by going up to 80 miles an hour, which I think should be your maximum speed now. 80 miles an hour, that's right. It's the maximum speed of the wagons. Okay, now I was going to look at buses. Right, so what have we got here? Let's just look at Exeter. No, I did change this one, so that one's sorted. Again, I think vehicles, oh, they're not bad actually. They are the old vehicles though. But they're making money, so I'm not going to worry. No, that's fine. So we're going to leave Exeter for the moment. That's okay. Where's train 4? Oh, you should be changing over soon. So we're going from 308k per kilometre. 325. That'll do me nicely. Okay. So we won't make our full revenue this year, or we're coming up to the end of the year now. We'll just keep one train in view, so come back to it. Okay, actually, while we're here, where are we? We're in Coventry. Let's have a look at the lines we've got here in Coventry. Actually, these are among the oldest, if I remember right, from that little thing we saw earlier. Yeah, 24 odd years. Now, why is that one red? That doesn't make sense, because I didn't set the line colour here. There you go. Right, these are all very old models running very slowly and with few passengers. It's not a big issue on the internal routes, I think. One of them, the industrial here, is making quite a nice sum of money. The others are okay. But as long as they feed people into and out of the station, that's fine by me. This Coventry megabus route though, I mean, these vehicles are old and tired. I mean, how many do they carry? If I look there, it tells me 11 passengers, which isn't bad. But they only go 22 miles an hour, and the route they're going, all the way over there to Newbury. So that's quite a trek. So I think we need both more and faster buses on there. But first off, we're going to replace these. So let's keep the game going, so we get to the end of the year and see where we go. So what have we got here? What buses do we have? So these are the ones we've got at the moment. The Post bus, 8 passengers, 16 miles an hour. And we have got, this is a new in-game vehicle, I believe. These are all modded ones. Now this is a lovely fast bus. It doesn't carry quite so many passengers, well, it carries one more than the in-town bus, so it carries 9, but it goes 47. Now this is another good one. The Sisu is another modded vehicle. 12 passengers, so it's a lot larger capacity, but it only goes at 37. But again, that is actually faster than I have at the moment. So what I'm thinking of doing, as that works, okay, let's see where we are. We're at the end of the year. Right. So how well has that route done? Finances, that's where I want to go. Yeah, okay. Made a nice enough profit. It's a bit down, but then we did lose those extra passengers when the trains were refurbished. So that's okay. And the actual running costs went down. That's good. Yeah, because the wagons are newer, so they're cheaper. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I think we're still on track to make good money from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think. What was I going to do? These carry 13, but they're only. Ooh, that's a challenge. What we'll do though, we'll replace the Coventry Industrial, I think, with the Saura, the Tusha. I think that's how you. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not going to try and explain my my inability to pronounce these. Probably Austrian or German. Yeah, somewhere like that, I think. Names. Okay, and we'll replace all of you now. Yep, that's you. The commercial, I think we might as well actually keep them all the same, so they go around the town at the same speed and they don't get in each other's way. That makes sense to me. So we'll replace you. The Coventry local, which is kind of the residential pickup one. Now these, as you may recall when I was setting this line up, these don't go through the station hub here. because the other routes do that, and I don't want them cannibalising passengers, basically. So I'm not going to explain it again. I'm afraid. I did write a guide on it on the Steam site. So if you want to go into the Transport Fever guide, you'll find my in-town or urban bus routes guide, which kind of explains my thinking here. That's what I'm doing. Which we could do with another stop here, I think. Because one thing I learned following on from creating that guide in conversation with other players is to put more stops in. I think we could do with another stop in here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, bus route. Ooh, we've got lots of new stop types here. Yeah, they don't need those. It's just a simple bus stop, so we'll just stick you. I think I'll put you there. What we're going to do, we're going to take you from there to there. Okay. Yeah, you cross over with the commercial route there. You cross over with the industrial route up there. That's good. Actually, could do with a stop there, I think, as well. Where's that? That's after 4. And perhaps on the way back. So from Richmond, we'll stop there again. Okay, I think that's okay. Yep, so he goes around there. There's an argument for another stop along here, to be honest. Oh heck, why not? Why not? Because that might prompt development out to this side of the town, which is always good. Having development is always good. 4, which is that one there. There we go. And then again after 8. There. Right, splendid. Okay, that will do. That will do very nicely. We were going to replace you. We'll replace you with... Oh, that's why it's red. Okay. Replace you with the Saurer. Replace all of those. Okay, right, the Megabus route. What we've got on there at the moment is these old things, which are lovely, carry lots of passengers but are slow. For such a long route we want something faster. So what I'm thinking is the Sisu. It's a good 12-15 miles an hour faster, 15% or so, well, nearly 15% fast, whatever the percentage is, I don't know. 50%. I said 15, I meant 50. You know, yeah, I did, honestly I did. It carries one more passenger, which is good, but faster, so that's fine. So we will put you on there as a replacement, and we'll replace all of you now. Okay. The icon for it here looks really bad, but I've tested it before in a kind of play on from the game, and it does look a lot better in use. It looks proper in use. Right, now we do have a lot of people waiting for the Megabus, so I think we could do with another couple of buses on there. We've only got 6, yeah. So we'll stick one of you on there. Going to go on the Megabus. And for those of you who aren't familiar with it, who aren't of the UK, I'm using Megabus here because that's a particular brand or company we have here in the UK, which sends long distance coaches between our major cities for very cheap rates, as opposed to the train routes, obviously, which is like what I'm doing here, or the mainstream national bus operators, which do most of the in-town and well, most of the bus routes, who tend to be somewhat more expensive. So they're really cheap. They're like the EasyJet or Ryanair or whatever in America or whatever country you're in, the cheap airlines. Okay, right, so that's you done. Okay, and what do we have here? Newbury shuttle work. Things are in Newbury. Let's have a look what we've got in terms of our lines here. Okay, again, have we got a similar proper setup? Yeah, so the residential line doesn't go to the... Oh, where is the hub? No, the residential line goes past the bus stop near the station. So they do need to change buses. Where do they change? Oh, I need to get it up. Oh no, it does. Oh, they both go to the station. I need to change that. Right. Okay, let's look at this. Our land use. What can we do here? So the Newbury shopping work, let's get that one up first. Just goes from here to the Megabus hub, out there, and then there. Is that all it does? I think we could add another stop or two in there actually. So we'll put one in there. I'll put it both sides of the road, although I'm not going to use it on both sides of the road, just to give me the option. And I think what we'll do is we will have it come along here, I think. Yeah. Okay, so where did I put those? My memory is appalling. But I'm afraid you know that already, don't you? So we'll put you there. It goes there. And then after the Newbury Exchange, it goes there, and then back there, and that's a nice tidy loop. Okay, yep, that's fine. And the green line. Right, now we don't want the green line stopping there. Where does the green line go? It could go... Actually, it could go to the hub. Yeah, I think rather than start, let's... add that in there. And then we will have a stop, I think. Where is it going? 1, 2. That's when you sort of change the routes midway through, it really upsets. I need to get that out of the way. Oh, that's a nightmare. No, it's not doing that. Right. Let's go from there, and it will then, I think, come up there on buses. Okay, so after Newbury South, it will go there. And it'll go there. And then it will come down there. I think it will go there. Yeah, that makes sense. So from Manchester Road, it will go there. That's good. And it can then... that will there. It's kind of walking distance to the station, which is a bit of a risk, but I think that should be okay, because people who are this close to the station will, yeah, it's all to do with walking distance, really, how far they're prepared to walk. So if you can limit the amount of walking distance people need to... There is a bus stop there. No, I want it on the main drag here, I think. So we'll put it in here. So from 5, that was Queen's Road there, it will come to there. Okay, that looks fine. And just to check, where's the crossovers? Okay, they cross over there in the hub for the Megabus, that's fine. These two are quite close, as is that one. Actually, it's probably might as well actually stick it in there as well. I think into either on the high street or into the exchange. Which do you reckon? Oh, it's coming down from there. That's missing out that whole section. That's oh, that's annoying having it all the way up there. And that's a slow piece of road. We will add it into the exchange here. It's probably not the. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to click that, and then click that. There we go. Okay, so what buses do we have on here? They're not terribly old, but I think let's move on up. Let's bring them into the 20th century, 1947. So yeah, one of them makes money. The local one doesn't. It did once, very, very briefly. Is that because there are too many buses on there? Possibly. Well, now we've redesigned our route, so hopefully that will take care of it. Well, that's got a nice green. Did I say replace? I didn't. I'll replace all those now. Okay, and likewise with this one. And replace now. Okay. Right, now we will see in a few years' time how well that system works. Ah, look at that. Much reduced waiting at the hub there for the megabus, which I hope means that they're all still quite full. Oh, I'm making loads of money. Look at that, 49.1k for one bus. For the route as a whole, that's a nice improvement, isn't it? 229k as opposed to 204 last year, and we're not even at the year end yet. I think I'm quite happy with that. Well, do we have a close look at these buses? Yeah, this is the Sisu. Again, the link for this mod will be in the description of this video. It does look perhaps a little bit long, but I think it's quite a nice mod nonetheless. Quite a nice vehicle. That's odd. I'm not quite sure. It's obviously not a Wi-Fi aerial, is it? It's not in 1947. It's going slow. That's a little bit slower than the car. Hey ho, there you are. Right, one final thing I want to do in this year. We're in October 1947. I want to set up another bus route, another megabus route, and this time from Coventry into Churchill up there to supplement. We won't use that colour. What colours can we use? What have we got in Churchill? Got an orange ice, something like that. That might work. Let's see. Right, so we'll have a bus route for our cheap end of the market customers from there to Churchill here. One reason for doing that, let's get rid of that for a second, is, where's the town? There it is. Mediocre usage of my lines by the population in Churchill. In Coventry, when I looked before I started recording, in Coventry, oh, it's good. Okay, there goes my rationale. It had been poor, certainly in Churchill, before I started the recording. Maybe my change in buses has improved the situation. Well, clearly it has. It's, yeah, definitely. It's kind of verification, validation that I actually know what I'm doing. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Right, now this is a brand new route, so what we're going to use is a brand new bus, something we've not used before. We're going to use the fast one. It's only 9 passengers, so it's smaller than the Sisu and even the Saurer. Well, the Saurer or the Sisu. There is a double version of it with what do they call it? With a trailer, but that only goes at 37 miles an hour. Carries 19 passengers as opposed to 9. So actually, there's more in the back than there is in the front. kind of odd, but hey ho. But I like going 47 miles an hour. That's a good speed. It's not as long a distance, I think, as Coventry to Newbury, but what the hell? And we're going to stick, I think, to start with, 8 buses on there. 2 starting here in Coventry. And you're going on the... Oh, I need to change the name of it. It's called a megabus, which is what all my intercity bus routes are likely to be called. Yeah, because I like a system. There you go. So we'll send you off, and we'll have another 4 coming in from the other side. That's a train depot, don't use that. There's the road depot. Excuse me, I'm just going to have to take a break to cough. Right, sorry about that. Let's get the game rolling again. Right, I bought one. I need to buy another 3. Silly Billy. Right, buy vehicles. There you are. 1, 4. Oh, what do we got here? 1948. A new locomotive, or a new GWR. That's nice. It's a new version. Oh, it's the BR livery for the 2884. It's a loco we've seen before. We've got a new electric. These are, I think, yeah, these are just British Rail liveries of locos we've already seen. We'll have a quick look at those in a second. So we're going to set that to the megabus route. Okay, I need to turn the game back on. There it goes. Now this, if I remember correctly, is another modded vehicle. It must be a modded vehicle. So I don't think the game has trailers. There we go. See, that's a beauty, isn't it? And the modder has been able to allow for... Oh, I need to make this coloured. So I do sometimes like colour schemes. Is it that colour? It was. That's a good intercity colour, isn't it? Yes, so the modder has been able to include the elements to allow colorization and logo. So I'm going to assume it's a modded vehicle, because not all modders have done that to their particular vehicles. For whatever technical reasons, they haven't been able to achieve that. But okay, there we go. So we'll see that develop. But before I leave you today, let's have a look at those new trains which we might be seeing in use. So where are they? Are they at the bottom of the list? Oh, they are. That's good. Right. So yeah, these are just BR British Rail liveries. So the 2884. That looks pretty much the same. Now this is the brand new one. Yeah, it's still quite... Oh, 78. That's not a bad speed, actually. Quite powerful. Yeah. If that's a modded vehicle, I don't think it is, but if it is, you will see it in the description. I'll link to it in the description, and I'll probably also put it in my Steam collection file as well. And we also saw a new boat, didn't we? But we'll come back to that later. Let's... Oh, right, do I see a screenshot opportunity coming up here? I think I do. Look at that. Oh, a VW Beetle in 1940. Oh, I suppose they were. I'm not sure they looked exactly like that though. Does that look like a cool screenshot? I think it does. Right. So, am I going to get a better angle on that? I probably shouldn't be faffing around here creating screenshots when you've come to see a game happening. So let's keep our eye on this bus, shall we? So immediately losing it. There we go. Right, so yes, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this little exercise in reforming or reformulating my passenger routes to some degree. And hopefully, should we actually just check that before we leave? Because I do like to check profits. Oh my goodness me, yes, that was quite a leap in profit, wasn't it? 3.3 million 2 years ago to 5.5 million last year. I think those track and train changes have done the trick. That's a nice convoy of buses, isn't it? Running up there. Oh, there's another missed opportunity for a screenshot. But there you are. I will catch one of those later and hang it to thumbnail. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do leave us a like. But even better, if you've got anything to say, positive, negative, suggestions, criticisms, anything you want to say, be great to hear from you. Just drop a note into the comments box below. And of course, if you've not done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. That way you'll know as soon as I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play video series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever, thank you very much for your time today, and I'll see you again soon. But until then, bye bye for now.